Hi everyone, this is Maggie. Thank you for stopping by to see me today. If you're new, welcome. I hope you'll stick around and come back. If you've been here before, then welcome back. I appreciate all of you. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and give me a like or leave me a comment. I really would appreciate that. The comments, well, both mean a lot to me, the comments and the likes. I enjoy reading your comments and I try my best to reply as quickly as I can. All right, so today we're going to be working in the book of many names that I finally am calling my glue book because I glue things in here and I don't journal in it. So that's what we're going to be doing today. I already have my base and I've already kind of started what I'm going to do. I don't know if you can really see this well on camera, but I'm going to attempt to do a basket weave. Now I saw somebody on YouTube do this. It's been quite a while and it kind of reminded me, I used to do this as a child and it came to me when I saw her doing it. And I thought, what in the world did I do with that? I mean, what was the purpose? I probably was just doing it for fun. But it brought back that memory to me. And so it's kind of stuck there since then. And I've been wanting to do something with that. Now, as always, I mean, I'm usually not this far along when I start a page in the glue book. But because I knew I wanted to do this, I at least got my base done and I cut some strips of scraps. They're just a ½ inch long. Some of them are 12 inches, some of them are 8 inches. And I don't really know how many I need. This is another great scrap buster. So I've started this here. I hope you can see okay. Just different scraps of paper that I had in my pile over here. Now, true to my word, this is Monday for me. It's early Monday afternoon. When I came home from church yesterday, I did what I said I was going to do in a previous video. I took everything off my desk. I wiped it down. I went through my scraps and put them, I didn't want to throw them away, but I put them in a little bag thing that I have here. Looks something like this. I have two of these. They're different, but they're the same purpose. So I put a lot of scraps in those. I still do have some over here, but it's not an avalanche any longer. And I just really straightened up my desk, so I feel, even though I don't spread out this way normally to actually craft, you know, with this way I do feel that I'm not being crowded in or nothing's going to fall on me. Nothing would fall on me anyway, but it's just the idea. So I'm happy about that. So we do have this started here, and I'm just going to keep going with whatever I pick up. Now, I haven't glued anything down because I don't know exactly where this is going to go. But once you get several pieces in here, I'm not to that point yet, it becomes pretty manageable and easy to handle. So at some point I will cut this down and then glue it down. So let's see here. Doesn't matter what I pick, I'm not being fussy. This is a 12-inch piece, so I think I'll just tear it in half. I don't know why I chose to cut them at a ½ inch. I thought about cutting them at 1 inch, which in some ways made sense because it would take less time to do this, but I just thought it would be, it wouldn't have the variety that it does with the ½ inch. So just move this right up here. I think I need another one going vertically. See, it's already starting to get a little bit of stability to it, but I think I'm going to add another one in here on the side. Yeah, I remember doing this as a kid, I really do, but I can't remember for the life of me what I did with it when I was finished. But it seems like I did something with it. It was fun. And it was just, you know, taking old scraps of paper and weaving them together. Or in this case, I used unused scraps in my pile. I could have pulled some out of my bags, but I really believe that I had enough in here, you know, to... Every strip doesn't have to be different. They can repeat themselves. I mean, I don't think there's any rules with this. If there is, I'm making them up as I go on. Making my own set of rules. Maggie's rules for basket weaving paper. No, I don't think there probably are rules to it if you're actually making something like a basket. But I'm not doing that. I'm just playing with paper. This is just playing with paper to see where we go. So because it is Monday, but you're not actually going to see this till Wednesday, day after tomorrow, I hope that if you're a mom or a grandma or a caretaker or just somebody who loves children and gives them a lot of loving care, that you had a wonderful Mother's Day. I had a wonderful Mother's Day. It was my daughter's first Mother's Day. She was married for 16 years before she had this baby. And she'd given up hope, really. But, so it was her first Mother's Day, and that was a joyous day for me, for that reason, because she was so happy, and oh my gosh, I could cry right now because it really touched me so deeply to see her with her baby. We went to church, of course, and her husband was not a churchgoer, came with us, which was really, really nice. So it was very beautiful and touching to be with them in church. It made me miss my husband a little bit more. Sometimes that happens. But it did not take away from the beauty of the day. And our church did the sweetest thing. They gave all the mothers, grandmothers, etc., as a gift, little mustard seed necklaces, a little piece of resin. They were resin, and then on a gold chain, and it had a mustard seed in it. And I told my daughter I had one of these. I think I got it for something in Sunday school when I was a child, and I had it for years and years and years. I might still have it tucked away someplace. If I do, it's very, very old, but I haven't seen it, so I probably lost it along the way, or I left it in Michigan. It may be in storage with other things that we have in storage, family photos and so forth. Now look, you know, now you can pick this up, and when I'm ready, I can cut this down. But this is a fun, I think this is fun. I find it amusing anyway. Sometimes it doesn't take too much to entertain me. Now when I'm done with this, my plan is to cut this out, trim it down to the size I want it to be, and then decorate it some way or the other. I want I maybe want this a strip wider. This is another long one. So yeah, we had a wonderful day. Then we went out to eat. We went to Olive Garden, which is one of my favorite places. And didn't have to wait to get in because my daughter was smart. As we were almost there, she did a online check-in. And so when we arrived, we only had to wait a minute or two until our name was called. So that was nice. But it was very busy, and the poor waitress that we had was really having a hard time. She said it was because they were so busy back in the kitchen. She was really having a tough time. Her orders weren't coming out right, and oh my goodness, she was trying really hard though. Really, really hard. We felt kind of bad for her. But anyway, we had fun. And like I ordered lasagna. I love Olive Garden lasagna. And the salad, you know, those are my favorite things. And they used to serve like this lemon cake. Oh, I adored that. I love to get that with, you know, and have a cup of coffee with it. But apparently they don't have that on the menu anymore. My daughter seems to think that it's an occasional or a seasonal type thing. I don't know, but we did it. I ended up only eating my salad, a breadstick and a half, because I forgot my lasagna. Or when they brought out my daughter and son-in-law's entrees, they brought me something that I did not order. And the waitress looked so confused. And I said, no, that's not what I ordered. She said, well, I'll go get you one. Well, we waited and waited and waited. They ate their dinner. They were practically done. And she said, it's coming out. It's coming out. She says, no. And finally by then I said, you know, never mind. I said, just box it up and I will take it home. Because I do like that lasagna. I'll probably have it for dinner today. The salad that I ate and the breadsticks really filled me up. And then my daughter and I ordered a dessert. And it was that black tie or the tuxedo. It's like a chocolate mousse thing with some cream filling. It's very good. But that was like too much. Too much for me. It was so sweet. That by the time I got home, I was very sleepy, of course, because my blood sugar was sky high. I slept so good the night before, so there's no reason for me to be that sleepy. But because my blood sugar was so high, I was. So I wasn't happy about that, but it was worth it. It was worth it. It soon started coming down, and I just ate a small sandwich, right before bedtime, which is not a good idea to eat right when you're going to bed, but I was hungry. And I knew if I tried to go to sleep, I would not be able to sleep because I was hungry. I mean, I wasn't starving, but I was, if I wouldn't have eaten something, I would have been before too much more time went by. So I was happy with that. And drank a small glass of milk, and then I was ready for bed. I sat and did some fussy cuts last night. I had just the hardest time, unless I'm sick, just sitting and relaxing, just saying, I'm just going to sit here and I'm going to watch TV and I'm going to relax. I'll sit and watch TV, but it's hard for me to sit and do nothing. And I don't know if maybe that comes from my years of nursing. I always, I didn't work a lot of overtime, but if I was at work and they needed somebody to stay over, I would stay within reason. I didn't kill myself, but yeah, I like to stay busy. Okay, so I think that that's going to be enough, right? What do you think? I think it's kind of cool. Oh, we're getting a glare right here because there's some gold embossing on this paper, but there's scraps here from my book journal. There may even be some scraps in here from the Paris journal that I'm working on. All right, so let me glue down, put little bits of glue. Hopefully this glue will come out for me. I don't want to use the big bottle, the sugar ale bottle, because it will squirt all over, and I really just want a dot. So I'm going to go like this across the top. And then I'm going to go down the side, but I'm going to turn it over and do the opposite side. And I'm just going to go down the sides. I'm not going to try to get into the middle of this to glue. There's no sense in doing that. No purpose to it at all. It'll stay together just fine. And then we're going to layer some things on it. I don't know what yet. I do have two little people that I fussy cut out last night, and I think they're just adorable. A little boy and a little girl, about the same age they look like. Now I know, I just can tell these are not like from original vintage photos. I don't know if they were in a studio or if they're AI images or what they are, but I don't care. I like them, and I think they're cute. And the shop that I got, which I can't tell you the shop because I've had these a minute. The shop that I got them from, I really liked the way that they were done. They're easy to fussy cut out, and my scan and cutter would probably do a great job. I'm just taking a break for my scan and cut because my mats aren't sticking, and I have to get, I'm going to try that spray. I did hear, or maybe I got a message, or did I hear it? Maybe I got a comment about it, the spray. So I'm going to try that because the mats are expensive, and you know, I believe they're meant to last a long time, and I have not had this scan and cut for a year, maybe just a year, and I don't use it that much. It's not like I'm using it every day or every week. Okay. I'm just going to go along and do the same thing, just that I can actually trim this down. Yeah, every time that we've taken baby to church, baby girl to church, she's been just unbelievably good. And I told my daughter, I said, just watch. This time that her dad's going, she's gonna get fussy. Now, don't get me wrong, she wasn't bad, but she wasn't her usual self. And he did get up with her and walk around in the lobby a couple of times. When she's with her dad, she likes him to move with her, to walk around with her. It's funny, as young as she is, she kind of knows what each parent, how they interact with her. And she knows her mom does not walk around with her, but she will sit and have, you know, lay her down or try to prop her up because she wants to sit so bad and play with her, you know, and she's reading to her or exercising her muscles or doing something like that, and she knows that's how her mother interacts with her, and she's fine. But she knows her dad will carry her around out over his shoulder, and she can see everything. And so when she's with her dad, she wants him to carry her around. She's not being bad. That's just what she thinks he's supposed to do. I don't know. I don't know how babies think, or, you know, they're just forming their cognitive abilities, you know, able to match actions with, I mean, it is developing and very quickly, but, you know, being able to develop, to coordinate actions and thoughts or desires or wants. I mean, you know, the baby's wants and desires are very, very, very basic. Oh, but she's our girl, and we love her, and we're thankful for her every minute of every day. So yeah, yesterday was a good Mother's Day, and my oldest daughter came over on Saturday and visited with me for a while. Brought me a beautiful card. She had asked me, Mom, what do you want for Mother's Day? I told her, I says, you know, I really do not need anything. I'm fine. Well, as luck would have it, that's not exactly straight. But my eyes have been kind of funny today. I don't know what the problem is, but like I was cutting a couple of bases for this, and both of them I cut lopsided. They were both like a half to a half inch off. And I thought, what in the world is going on with me? So I think I'm just going to trim this like this so I still have these sticky outy bits. And hopefully this will trim all right. I won't get it all lopsided like I've done other things this morning. Hello, Nellie. There's my little Pomeranian. She's the cutest little dog. Oh my gosh, she is so darn cute. But she is up there in years. But she, you know, she still plays some. She loves to go outside. She's a good little girl, good little dog. I'm so glad at the time I got her, I did not need another dog, and I really didn't want another dog, but it's just as circumstances would have it. It was best that I took her at that time. There's, you know, it's a story in itself, but I really didn't want another dog. I already had two, and my lifelong friend, for his life anyway, was my companion and traveled with me everywhere. And he was very devoted to me. But that breed, he's a Maltipoo, as is my Canelo that I have now. They tend to be very devoted to their masters. And he was no exception. But he was sick, very sick, and I was just trying to take care of him the best I could. I wanted to have him around as long as I could. I just wasn't ready to lose him, although I probably should have sooner than I did. But I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And he was, you know, it wasn't until the last several weeks that he really, not even several weeks, but towards the end that I knew I couldn't let him go on. Okay, so I've trimmed this down. I probably could have trimmed it down a wee bit more. So it does fit on the page okay. Like I said, I've been wanting to do this, something like this. Like, I don't know where I'm going from here with it, but I think, not in the Paris journal, but on one of my journals that I'll be making sometime in the near future, I will do one of these. I'll do a page like this in my journal. it's in a way it's almost like collaging, but not really. So I like that. Now what are we going to do with her? That she is finished. All those bits, sorry for the noise. So we will save all of these for a later date. I'll have to find something to put them in. I'm collecting, you know, just bits that I can cut down of scraps for master boards. I'm also collecting circles as I make them for something else, or just, you know, have some odd scraps. I can cut some circles to do another master board with those, because I enjoy doing it. It's fun. All right, so this is gonna go in here. I got my two little darlings that I need to ink, or they're not going to show up on this. Sorry for the reach, but I don't have a choice. Well, there I go, knocking everything over. All right, so what do I want to use? I'll use vintage photo. Can't hardly go wrong with that. That's not the dauber for it. This is... I should label these, and I think the next time I do label them when I have one of those round things that, you know, you stack them. If I put a dauber in there, I do label it then. But I have I have 4 daubers right there, and I think I have at least one other one. Now would be a good time for me to get those other little thingies out. Those craft things, and see how they work. So I really should, for the inks that I use the most of, I really should just keep one dauber for that and label them. Because I use vintage photo, I use walnut stain, I also like tea dyed. So those are my three go-tos. But when I'm doing something that I want color for, then I could just have one dauber and interchange that sponge. All right, I think I'm going to try to find my little stick. If I don't find it, I'm just not going to worry about it, right? I should have them out on my desk. Why don't you have them out on your desk, Maggie? Well, I will find them after this video, and I will put them there with my ink pads. This is a basket I keep here with my most used ink pads and some smoothers, whatever you want to call them, ink spreaders, and my tea. And I do keep this out, this little glue runner, double-sided tape runner. I don't use it that often, but I do use it some. So everything's together there and out of my way pretty much. These little babies are so cute. Wherever these images came from, they're very cute, and I like them. Well, that helps. That helps a little bit. Oh, if I can just get their legs, in between their legs. Without me breaking them. I don't want to break your legs or hurt you, little children. Alright, but this needs more than this. What can I do? Looks like I need a darker piece. Cardstock. Oh, this might be perfect. Just layer them with a little bit. Do this thing. I think I am the worst tearer. I tear in the most illogical configurations. So, pardon me for the racket and pardon me for my shortage of skills in tearing paper. If that makes any sense. But you know, some people, when they tear their paper, it just looks so cool. Like, that's the way it's supposed to be. I don't want it this big. And I love it, but when I tear my paper, it looks like I'm trying to build a road or imitate a snake or something. I don't know. I still think this is a little bit too big. I don't want to cover up that much of my basket weave. But I do want these babies to stand out a little bit more. Or maybe that's a little better. They're so cute. Okay, so I'm going to ink this up a little bit. Yes, I am. I haven't tried that grid journaling yet, but I'm going to. Because the people that I've watched, it's like there's no right or wrong way to do it. There really isn't, you know. But the people that I've watched do it are really artists, you know. And they know technique and all that goes along with creating art in that way. And I'm like, I don't know that stuff, you know. But it doesn't matter because they really emphasize there's no rules. The beauty of that, of this grid journaling, is to kind of give your creativity a bit of a bump and help you to maybe know what you want to do. I'm just inking this lightly to go over some of these bumps that I've created. Yeah, to kind of get your juices flowing. So I really am going to try that. And I probably will do that one day this week. But I'm not going to film it. I'm not going to film it. I'm not going to video it. I'm just going to do it off camera. And then I will share it with you once I am finished. Now, I fussy cut out some flowers and butterflies too, which I did not do it for the purpose of doing this today. I knew I wanted to do this basket. Oh, I could put, no, it's a little bit too big to put up the boy's head. But I didn't know what else I wanted to do to it. These were some fussy cuts that I've been holding on to for a while and not wanting to do anything with them other than fussy cut them out when I got a chance. So I took the time yesterday to do that. And again, I don't know where I got them from because I wouldn't mind having more of them like this. Alright, I'm going quiet, I'm sorry. Just trying to figure out what I want to do here. Yeah, I'm hoping this week, in the next video that I put up, which will of course be your Thursday video, I'm hoping to get a lot more work done on my ephemera. Once I get and I still have to put my papers together and sew them in, but I've been hedging on that because I know I'm going to have to take out a lot of papers and I don't want to do that, but I can't have a 40-page signature, so it's got to be done. So I may or may not do that on camera. I may just make the decisions off camera and then show you what I've done. But yeah, I've got lots of pretty pages that I want to put in there, and it just, here, I think I'll use this orange one. It's a different color. Put these blue flowers down here. So first of all, I'm going to put down my packing paper. Boy, I don't dare squeeze this in the least, because it'll just pour out. I haven't been in here 45 minutes yet. Let's see if we can finish this for the next 15 minutes, 10 minutes or so. I don't know what the weather's like today. I know this week is supposed to be really, really hot. Yesterday we got a little bit of rain we were not expecting. It was really quite nice when we went into church. And even when we first got out, there was a nice breeze, and it wasn't hot. It was just so nice. And then it started sprinkling. I don't know if we ever really got any hard rain. I'm sure someplace it was raining hard, but we just got the spillover. And but when we came out of Olive Garden, it was hot. The temperature had really skyrocketed. And I know I looked at the forecast for this week, and it's supposed to be in the high 90s all week. And while those temperatures never used to bother me, they do now. I don't like it at all. I really don't. I mean, if it's on the cooler side, I don't like cold weather. But if it's on the cooler side, at least you can wear enough clothing to stay warm. At least this is how I always look at it. But if it's too hot, you know, there's only so much you can do about that. All right, so what else do I want in here? Maybe a label and one of my quotes. Maybe. And I have to sort these out and put them where they go. Well, I hope that you will maybe give this a try. You probably have. You know, if you've been journaling for a while and working with papers, I'm sure you have. I certainly enjoyed doing it. But that's one of the things I like about doing this particular project is I know I'm not giving it to anybody, I'm not selling it to anybody, I'm just doing it for my own enjoyment. And how it turns out is how it turns out. And I really enjoy going back and looking at, you know, the pages from previous days, and I get it. They make me smile. Some of them I think, oh my gosh, why did I do that? But for the most part, they make me smile. And if what I do can evoke that kind of an emotion from me, then I'm very happy about it. Glue the little heads down a little bit. Whoops, there it goes, smushing all over the place. I think I'm going to start simplifying my life a little bit. I'm only going to stick, I'm pretty much doing that anyway, but to one wet glue, which is the PVA glue. I like that. I like the Elmer's glue too. I think they're basically the same thing in reality. But, and then this will go down on here. Oh, I need a saying, a quote or something. This needs to be glued down a little bit more. You know, I'm just going to use one or the other. I don't need them both out on my desk, which I don't have them both out on my desk right now. All I have is glue sticks. I have a couple of different glue sticks because I'm still trying to wait to see how I like that big fat one, that Darcy. I have another one of those, but only it's purple, and I should actually use that. I like the Elmer's glue stick. I think it holds really well, and I also like this Scotch Create glue stick. So, but I haven't decided which one I like the best. Or if one's even better, it makes a difference. Okay, I like this one. Ralph. Come on, Maggie. Say the words right. Say the man's name right. Ralph Waldo Emerson. Come on off of there. I'm going to cut this down just a wee bit. Ralph Waldo Emerson. I've been watching the reruns. Oh my goodness. My mouth is getting dry. I need something to drink. The Waltons, and I'm enjoying it. All right, I'm gonna put this on after I glue this down. I watched the reruns of the old Little House on the Prairie. Remember that came out when my girls were younger, or it was on, you know, and they enjoyed watching it, and so did I. I said, oh, the Little House on the Prairie was on, and since then, you know, in time that's gone by, I kind of researched, not really research, but I have kind of looked into the true life story of Laura Ingalls, because of course it's her books that the show was produced on, and when I did, I was sorry that I did that, because, I mean, I wasn't sorry. It's always nice to be enlightened about things, or to learn. And their life wasn't, I mean, it wasn't as they portray it in the series. But anyway, okay, let me write the date on this. If I can find a pen. Oh, that's not going to help me. It's a cutter. Well, I guess I'll have to use a pencil for now. That'll do. We've been on here just 47 minutes, which isn't too bad for me. So today is May 12th. And as you know, these are not in any order in my book. I'm going to glue this one right in here. This will go in here. And yeah, this one here was on a day I must not have been feeling too great, because it was so simple. But in the end, I liked it. Every time you smile at someone is an action of love, a gift to that person, a beautiful thing. And I really do believe in that. I try to smile at folks as much as I can. I don't have a great smile. I don't have a perfect, you know, but I do try to smile at people. If they smile at me, I always smile back. And this one says, the only person you are destined to become is the person you decide to be. So, there. All right, that's all for now. I probably will make another video today, because I really do want to work on the Paris journal, and I will video it. Probably making more ephemera. I don't care too much to decorate on screen, on camera, because I'm so slow at it. And it sometimes takes me a while to get all my thoughts together in a cohesive fashion so that I can decide what I need to do. And I mean, that can be really boring for a person who's watching, to go through that. So this is what I may try to do. I want to work on the journal, but I may try to get all my embellishments together so that when I do video it, I'll have everything there, and I won't be like digging through things and trying to think, well, what do I want to put on here? I'll try to go through that thought process before I start the video. But for now, I'm going to get off. Have a wonderful rest of your day, regardless of what time of the day it is. Just be blessed and enjoy your day as best you can. And I will see you in the next one. Bye. Bye-bye.